Okay, I'm on YouTube. Of course, I got a YouTube channel. I was listening to this guy represent Massie, and
in the history of Congress, congressional primaries, is because they want everybody else to go along to get along. And if they let one guy come up here and vote his conscience and vote the way he campaigned and vote for his constituents instead of rubber stamping the party menu that day, then there might be others who are encouraged to do that. And so that's why I'm fighting so hard. This is a fight worth winning. It's a national referendum. There'll be international cameras at my election day victory party because it has ramifications.
Congressman Massie's race is just one of...
Okay, just a little bit earlier, he was talking about how much money was being spent against him, which was quite a bit of money. But see, he's talking policy. He's a Republican. It's in a Republican primary or something. But he's putting some kind of bill forward, or he wants to, about registering people donating money as foreign interest or whatever. But basically, I want him to go a step further. Let's see. Let's go here. Talk to that Massie guy. Okay. So right now, what he's talking about is some people acting under the color of law. Okay. Acting under color of law examples. Okay, Okay, tell them go there. The basic obligations of public service is a principle that public service is a public trust. Public service must place loyalty to Constitution, laws, and ethical principles above private gain, ensuring that their decisions and actions always prioritize the welfare of the citizens they serve. And that's what I'm hearing them say. All right. So now if he goes here, it's in the Department of Interior. I told you about Thomas Jefferson enunciated the basic principles of public service. When a man assumes a public trust, he should consider himself as public property. This sentiment has been expressed by numerous others over time, becoming a familiar principle. Public service is a public trust to ensure public confidence in the integrity of federal government. Executive Order 12674, as amended, forms a framework for ethical behavior required by and all expected of all federal employees as a condition of public service. You are expected to adhere to these fundamental principles of ethical behavior. Public service is public trust, requiring you to place loyalty to the Constitution, laws, and ethical principles about private gain. You shall not hold financial interests that conflict with the conscientious performance of duty. You shall not engage in financial transactions using non-public government information to allow purpose use of self-information for further any private interest. You shall not accept pursuant to such reasonable expectations provided by regulations, solicit, or accept any gift or other item of monetary value from any person or entity seeking official action from doing business with or conducting activities regulated by your agency or whose interests may be substantially affected by performance or non-performance of your duties. You shall make no unauthorized commitments. Okay, so people, I did a video on that, so you should go there and tell them that. Okay, the basic obligations of public service. Okay, okay, see, this is what I heard him indirectly say. Okay, loyalty to the Constitution refers to the legal and moral obligations of public officials, military personnel, and citizens to support, protect, and defend the United States Constitution. See, it says us too, and citizens. Unlike regimes that swear allegiance to monarchs or dictators, the American system requires allegiance to a supreme set of laws and democratic principles, which gave us the Constitution. Our constitutional republic is based on democracy, and this is what democracy is about. And democracy is about putting the greater good. Putting the needs of the many before the greed of the few. Okay, so loyalty to the Constitution always comes first, and he's finding a little bit upsetting that these other people are putting the oath, their loyalty to someone else over the Constitution. Loyalty to the Constitution always comes first. And when I took the Pledge of Allegiance, that's what I pledge allegiance to, not just the flag, but what it represents and what is written in both the Declaration of Independence and the United States Constitution. And that loyalty belongs to we the people. Just as your oath belongs to we the people. Okay,
It does eliminate one suspect.
Thought I locked him.
okay. This is what I was looking for. Because sometimes you see things and it doesn't quite specifically say. So I like AI, the AI overview, but you see that last one, it says not necessarily breaking the law, but here it tells you violating the U.S. Constitution is legally categorized as deprivation of rights when a person acting under the color of law, official authority, willfully strips an individual or protections guaranteed by the Constitution or federal law. In the United States, this is adjust through both criminal and civil legal frameworks. It's a federal crime for government officials, including police officers, judges, and public health care providers, to willfully deprive someone of their constitutional right while acting in official capacity. Standard proof: prosecutors must prove the official acted with specific intent to violate protected rights. Punishments range from fines and up to 1 year in prison for simple violations to life imprisonment or the death penalty if violation results in death or involves kidnapping or sexual abuse. Civil remedies. Okay, Massie, remember, violating the Constitution is legally categorized as deprivation of rights under the color of law. Criminal violation. All right. Everybody takes the oath to the Constitution. All public servants. So that's a legal binding contract, sir, not just to you, but to them, to everybody. Win or lose, still hold them to all this, okay? Massie, I forgot what your first name is, So, I'm apolitical. I don't give a crap about if you voted red or blue. I care about policies, what's good for we the people who took Pledge of Allegiance to that red, white, and blue. And that Pledge of Allegiance wasn't to a politician, wasn't to a political party, definitely wasn't to Wall Street. It was to we the people. That's where my allegiance lies. That's where my loyalties will always be. Where are yours? Loyalty to the Constitution always comes first. Okay, that's just a little bit. I didn't want to make it too long, Massie, but remember, one more thing. In legal context, serving the public interest means prioritizing the general welfare and safety of the broader community. Legal obligations tied to this mandate require individuals, corporations, and licensed professionals such as attorneys, healthcare providers to act ethically, protect unrepresented groups, and comply with societal standards. Okay, so what you're doing is in the public interest. Okay, use the law, okay? Massie, Mr. Massie, I don't know. I was just perusing YouTube, and you came up. But I like your ideas. I like your policy. This is what I do at Legal Reform. I point out a lot of laws that some people may not be aware of. Just divulging what's necessary. I may not be a public servant, but the public interest is always first and foremost when it comes to serving the public. All right, people, if anybody's out there, talk to this Massie guy. Talk to all your politicians. I mean, this is the law, Screw what party they run with, Use the law. Make them live up to the oath. Violating the oath, remember, that's deprivation of rights under the color of law. Okay, that's violating the Constitution. That's illegal. You know what the penalties are? Well, look it up. It's on the net, okay? Penalties for deprivation of rights. Nobody getting charged. That clearly shows a conspiracy against rights under the color of law. Look up the penalties for that. And that also show you where you can file, believe it or not, in order for these government agencies, your public servants, to stop these criminals from being criminals. You gotta file a complaint. Make that make sense. Nothing but peace and love to all you people. All my people, we the people. May your Creator always be with you and rain many blessings. May you have a long life and good health. Thank you and good night. Don't, get that message to Massie, okay? He's a Republican. I forgot what state he's running in. But apparently he's all over the internet, and I wish him well. Like I said, it's not about the party, it's about the policy. I mean, that's the only choice I have. The lesser of two evils, I think that's the choice most of us come to the realization. And you hold them to the oath. That's easy to prove, that they didn't do what they were supposed to. It's easy to prove. But that's up to you. I've been trying for years. I've been at this for a long time. And one man alone won't get much done. But there's so many of you. Sorry about that. So many of you that I worry about. You know, I always refer to the law, and I'm doing my best to help you. So call these people up, you know, the people that are in office now. What the hell is going on here? You know, these information centers, what do they call them? But that's something, huh? Clean Water Act. It's primary federal law, United States governing water pollution. Its core objective is to restore and maintain the chemical, physical, and biological integrity of the nation's water by regulating discharges and setting surface water quality standards. Those information centers, you know, the race, you know, to get ascendant artificial intelligence, that's dangerous. That's dangerous. And but you could use that, and okay, the public trust doctrine in common law is a legal principle establishing the state holds certain natural and cultural resources, particularly navigable waters and submerged lands, in the trust of the benefit, use, and enjoyment of the public. Government act as the trustees and are largely obligated to protect these assets from private appropriation or destruction. Key characteristics: sovereign ownership tracing its roots to the Roman and English common law. The doctrine dictates the state owns the beds of the navigable waters, tidelands, and water itself. Private ownership generally cannot extend past high water mark of the ocean. Evolving protections tailored, focused on commerce, navigation, fisheries, modern court interpretation, especially in states like California and Washington, have expanded the doctrine to include recreational activities, boating, swimming, and environmental preservation. Dynamic scope because it's primarily a judiciary common law doctrine that a rigid legislative statute, its appropriation and scope varies from state to state. But when it comes to anything they have to say or do, when it comes to the public trust doctrine, the Clean Water Act, remember, they have to do what's in the public interest. It's a legal mandate. All right, good night, people. Nothing but love for you.